continue to help yourself with the dainties we have there.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We still anticipating the grant. We're still working on it. Deborah and I was in the office yesterday getting some things done, and I think we've done our part. Now we just waiting on the check. Definitely this month. So we have it all planned out and how it's going to be used for the whole period. It comes in two parts, so it's $25,000 for the first half, and then you get the other half. But it's already planned out where it's going and what we're doing. To share a little bit about that, I can tell you that we have money in there for the STEAM and incentive program that we have for the schools that will be going. We'll be able to purchase the items for the kids in the reading program and the bicycles and whatever else. That money is in there. The food that we will be having, there's an allotment for that as well. So now I'm not ordering no neck bones. There's money in there for your gas when you have to go out and call, let's say on a school or go someplace. We got a little change in the budget for that. We have outreach money that's in the budget, where we may be able to bring some kids in to do something for the task force and give them a little stipend. Office supplies, our website, those who have not been on to look at it, it is really good. It looks really nice. Julius put that together, and there is some money in there for him as well to monitor the website and so on.
And our guest speakers, we give a
Guest speakers, yeah, we have some money in there for them, that especially those that can be paid. Now, the ones from the government, federal government and state government, they can't be paid. But we're trying to at least get 2 guest speakers a month. 2 to inform us on something in our neighborhood or somewhere where we can learn from something on. So the thing is for 2 a month. Wasn't that right, Beverly? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all those things have been planned out already for the whole 35 weeks. And it actually started, they said started in July, but we really just getting on top of it. But it's been planned out. So that's part of the, one of the responsibilities that we have to go through to justify us receiving this grant.
I have a question.
Yes.
For people in here who make presentations, do they get paid too?
Actually, depending on, I'm just gonna say, it's a possibility. It's like, I'll say this for example, by myself conducting the facilitator, I turned down my money. I didn't want it.
You turned down money?
Yes, I turned it down. I'm doing what I do here, y'all. I tell anybody, we've been so blessed that it ain't about money. I'm not telling you I don't need no money. I'm not saying that. But what I do here, this is strictly something that I want to do. I enjoy doing. So I'm turning mine down. The money was there for the facilitator, and I just told them don't count me in. So I might get a little gas money or something like that, but the facilitator, you can't pay me for something I want to do.
We do have, for our presentations that we budgeted twice a month, it's something that's something that would be useful for the organization and something that brings enlightenment and support education, resource, and capacity building. So
Yeah.
we do have stipends for speakers. So working with Jimmy and Vince and the board, so we can get you on the agenda to present that. And
Yeah.
so we want to make sure it's meaningful. So we did put stipends aside of $100 for I like peer-to-peer support. You all have gifts and talents and knowledge that you can share and that can be used to leverage and support our community. We're not up here having somebody to talk just to talk to get a stipend.
True.
And so
Right,
we all,
right.
we all of our times are very important. I know I gotta run out for a Zoom, I coordinate volunteers with Pepperdine and Brotherhood Crusade. So we all busy, but making sure it's meaningful. And so my goal is to be able to, we look at us as a conduit to support the work that we do. And we want to support you as well. And so like today, we have Mary Lee giving us a presentation on Kinship Academy. And then we want to invest in her to make sure she finish it and get her nonprofit. So we're coordinating with different resources so that she's not putting money out of her pocket. So she can get donations for food and looking at in-kind or being able to pay rent for her meetings that she do, because we all know somebody taking care of family members' kids that they didn't anticipate doing. They plan to, be a grandparent and relax. And so life takes over. And so we want to be able to support those things as well.
Yeah.
So the answer to your question is yes. And I look at the faces we see every week, and then people we know who are actually doing the work and not just chasing money.
Absolutely. Okay.
Well stated, Beverly.
It comes from the heart.
Okay.
And the Lord.
And we definitely appreciate those of you who are doing the work and not worrying about getting paid. That's, we thank you.
The work that task force has done has been duplicated all across the county. So basically, to do what we want, we had to put it down in writing. We have objectives. Objective 1 is provide capacity building through weekly meetings held at the Youth Activity League in Los Angeles with the Board of Directors and the community stakeholders. And the activities conduct our weekly meetings for a total of about 35. Host 2 guest speakers, as Jimmy said, conduct bi-weekly collaboration for capacity building with CBOs in the community. So I know myself and Jimmy, we go to 2 meetings with the county with the
Cap.
CAP.
with the CAP.
So that's where you get the money from CAP?
The money is coming from the county, LA County Office of Violence Prevention.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They
that's where the money's
specifically
coming
picked
from.
14 agencies to give money to, so we didn't have to apply because they knew we was already doing the work.
Yeah.
And that leverages us for other funding and things as well to support the work that's being done. Objective 2 is to contracting with the Easy Team Driving School to facilitate a youth driving training program. So that'll cover 30 youth doing driving, to take the online education for the permits, and then take 6 hours for the students behind the wheel for 2 hours per day for 3 days. And then also help facilitate getting their DMV permits and driver's license. And then that project also will be documented and will be supporting the youth and also providing them with some training to document their experience so we can leverage that and share with the community. Every time I go to a meeting, they ask me, have we started the driving program yet?
Yeah.
I also wanted to clarify the age group for that program.
Oh, it's supposed to be from 15 and a half
Uh-huh.
to 18. Wasn't that right, Vincent?
Yeah.
15 and a half to 18.
Okay.
One on grade for that.
Well, did we go back down to 2?
Yeah.
Or 2.5 GPA?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Will is even asking,
Yeah.
but
I'm in that.
Start at 2.5?
2.
No, we work
Well,
Because
well,
everybody's in different points in their lives, especially our youth. We want you to at least be passing your classes, and then we
Yeah.
have resources to support, like the Wound Center.
Well,
We
2.0 is the C average, you all, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 2.0.
Yeah,
See,
2.5.
see,
We
I
said 2.5 is,
they not gonna be turned down.
No,
Yeah,
2.0.
They're not gonna be turned down.
2.5.
Yeah, we work on that.
yeah, we'll work with
so
them.
we're going to start at 2?
Yeah, that's a C, that's a C
Yeah,
average.
that's what it's been.
2.0 is fine.
Yeah, and that's
okay.
fine.
Okay, I'm just,
And we thank you
Well, I
for
know.
your feedback, Hattie.
Well,
Okay,
you know, I'm a past counselor, and that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
All right.
So that's why I said,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we
And-
need to be considerate of the kids that we have in the community.
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the 4th objective is the STEAM reading workshop for 1st graders, Jimmy, and someone else is gonna help. Jeanette is gonna help them with, so they'll go in and do twice a week. Right now, 95th Street School.
Is the only one right now.
And then our 5th objective is to conduct monthly outreach services. So we're always out in the community. I know Vince is always somewhere speaking, talking about the task force. And so we're just being paid, supported to do the work we've always done and have some funds to continue to do that.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we don't exhaust this first half of the grant, does it roll over to the next?
You gotta spend all the money, so we'll get it in
Yeah,
two
we have to
chunks.
spend all of it.
We'll get 2 chunks, 25, and we can do adjustments, budget
Along the way.
adjustments if we feel we need it somewhere else and not using it where we allocate it,
Yeah,
okay?
they just have to know.
And we have, with the tech support, we got wonderful documents to use and share with you guys with scopes of work, Mary. Scopes of work, action items for our timeline, so it tells us each month what we're doing. And then a budget, a task force budget. And so, as we look at other grants and collaborate with individuals in here and others, we have working documents to use, okay?
May I make a suggestion, that sometime they come in, and if you have people who are in your organization, they may ask them, and that's why it's important that every member of your
Right.
group have that, because they do will say, what do you know about the grants, since you're a part of this organization, and what, do you know the, objectives, do you know so and so, it's important that you make sure that members have a printout of, where they can elaborate on.
Okay, and we
I
can,
was thinking the same thing.
okay, and we can make copies and bring it to the next meeting.
I-
Yes.
I just want to say that this group, and, you know, I've been around for quite some time, but you've been very transparent.
Yeah.
Because people participate in groups, and they are 501(c), and they never
No,
just let anybody else know what's going on or how it's being done. It's refreshing.
thank you,
That's for sure.
thank you for that. I really appreciate that, and
That is true.
True.
to the utmost,
Yes.
to the utmost, it has to be transparent
Yeah.
for me to be a part of. Period.
That's true.
Integrity.
I mean, that's
Yes.
just,
That's true.
it have to be, because like we say, our God knows everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything we do, what we're thinking, everything, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm trying to be phony, I ain't fooling nobody.
But Mary's right.
Okay. But thank you for that compliment. And actually, we have a good board that we're all on the same page, and transparency is a must. Okay.
And we hold each other accountable and,
Yes.
and have some difficult conversations, and it's okay.
And the plan is to get our advisory board together as well. We'll be working on that soon.
Yeah.
And like I spoke last week about, all of us are out in the community doing something, and when we run across different people, if you run into somebody that might benefit us, invite them or call me or whatever, somebody on the board, and we can schedule them in.
I gave you a handout from the Wooten Center about Teen Night. We have a special grant that supports teen called CalVIP. And the goal is to provide wraparound services for our teens, so it's 12 to 18. This evening, we have orientation and discussion groups, so it's just a safe space for our kids to get together, eat, talk about things, and be a support for one another, and see what things they're interested in, do field trips, as well as get them into the support systems that are there, whether it's for academic support, enrichment support, counseling support, college support, but that's here, so I wanted to let you know, and you just have to register for the Wooten Center. It's a $30 registration fee for the whole year. Everything else is free. Our services are Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 for youth, and they get free supper and snacks, as well as one-on-one and group tutoring, homework help as well. All of our teams matriculated to the next grade, and we support college and career ready. Some of the classes we'll have is STEM classes, where they come in and do hands-on activities, and we'll have SC joining us. We have art classes with art and drawing, and it's mixed media. And then we'll have, we have a mentoring group we started with, boys mentoring and girl talk. And we'll have music class as well, where they do music and make beats, and I believe we'll have an editing class as well. But I just wanted to share those, so if you know of any youth 3rd grade to 12th grade that need an after-school program that's gonna, where they need that extra support, whether it's physically, emotionally. We have kids that are online, religious school, private school, hybrid, continuation. We take them all. As long as they're not a danger to themselves or anybody else. We have kids with IEPs, 504s. As long as they can work in that environment, we're more than happy to help them. So we have a ongoing rolling enrollment and even an emergency fund for parents. So we try to be a family and create the environment that we want for our kids, and we treat them like our own kids. Yes,
What's IP?
IEP, individual education plan. So if you need accommodations, extra accommodations within the class, whether you might need somebody to read something to you, small group environment, resource, yeah. And we all special, so we all need help.
It's called IP.
Yeah, and we have, yeah. And we have Mary's grandson that's been with us for a while. Okay.
You said grades,
3rd through 12th.
oh, third.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
this is weekly?
Yeah, Monday through Friday, and we also have a summer program as well.
It's been in existence a long time.
Long time, over 30 years.
I knew it in person.
Just want to add something real quick there. What Jimmy was talking about. We also sit on the board with kidneys and dialysis stakeholders that we all sit with. With Dr. Anthony, you'll be meeting him down the line as stakeholders. He's talking about getting a lot of facilities within the community with us sitting on his board, Hattie McFrazier. And DeVita is doing a lot of people wrong, so this gentleman's vision is towards community as well. It's on the website. If you go to the website, you'll see him. We meeting with certain people on his staff that's really gonna do some big things as well. But bottom line, just dialysis and kidneys is really, really a huge event this guy's got coming up. And all of us will be a part of it as stakeholders. So we'll talk more about it. I had to mention it as well, along with 4 other things. But Mary Lee? Mary Lee, you sit down on the front row.
All of you should have a flyer. It's the Kinship Academy flyer. My name is Mary Lee. Everybody here in the room knows me, but I'm Mary Lee. I've been a part of the task force for quite a
And you
few
with what
years.
group?
I'm with lots of groups, the CAT, the task force, the this, the that, but anyway, I'm here because our community needs us to be available to support what's going on. So, I started about a year ago the Kinship Academy, and for those of you that are not familiar with the foster care system, kinship folks are older brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and sometimes grandparents who are taking care of their relative kids in out-of-home places. So instead of being in regular foster care, they're with family, which is what they found to be better. So anyway, because you're taking care of a relative, you're kind of invested differently, and sometimes our caregivers will decide, you know, I don't want anything to do with DCFS or whatever, and I understand where they're coming from, but I think it's important that caregivers know the advantages and disadvantages to the decisions they make. So what we decided to do is to have the Kinship Academy educate folks so that they know what happens when you adopt, what happens when your child is with DCFS, what happens if it's through probate, which is a court downtown that says that you can have custody of the child, but your funds for taking care of that child come from DPSS, and the monies are considerably less, but you don't have to deal with DCFS. Well, you need to be able to see the good and the bad for both sides so that you can make the best decision for yourself and for the kids you're taking care of. So that's why we started the academy. We have meetings on the third Thursday of the month, because if you're a grandparent, you haven't had to to enroll kids in school in a very long time. And things have changed, and they might tell you, oh, if you don't have the birth certificate, or you don't have this, you can't enroll your child. Well, that's a bunch of malarkey, because if the child is in out-of-home placement, you have the right to enroll that child ASAP. You also have the right to enroll them in the school of their choice. If this is a school where the kid's been going all along and they want to stay there, they might say, oh, well, you don't live in this area. But still, if the child used to go to the school and wants to continue at that school, they have to support that. They're also supposed to provide transportation. So these are some of the kind of things we tell them about. The Alliance for Children's Rights works with us and helping get information to caregivers as to what the school should be doing for your kids. Hope for Families, they are an agency of attorneys that work with our caregivers to help them understand how to navigate the special ed and IEP system, and if need be, they will support our caregivers in making the school district do what they need to do, whether it's LAUSD or non-public school or whatever. They will enforce the laws according to what's supposed to be happening for our kids with special needs. We also do classes to help folks understand what an IEP is, so that they know what they're dealing with, because often you will go to an IEP and everybody there will talk above your head, not because you're stupid, but because you don't know the terms that they're using, because that's not your area. And they will talk all around parents and often not provide the services that our kids really need. And then at the end of the meeting say, I need you to sign this. Well, you might be signing something that will not allow your child to get the services they need. So we make sure that there are folks to go with you to an IEP. We make sure that there's legal help to support you if you have an IEP, so your kids get what they need. I don't know, we just started with things like sex trafficking. A lot of our caregivers don't recognize that many of our kids are sex trafficked if they're in the foster care system, whether it's with relatives or not.
Yeah.
And they start at age 12. And we're talking about girls, but also boys. We offer also classes on financial literacy, because we know that caregivers need to understand how to manage their money so that if indeed something were to happen to them, they can leave their property appropriately to their kids. And if they don't have any property, we talk to them about how they could get some. So that's one of the other classes. IOP, that's independent living. DCFS has folks who specifically work with transition age youth from 15 on up. Our kids were not getting the advantage of those classes because they were with relatives. And you know, many of you in here recognize that we as relatives often take care of our kids regardless to whether the system is involved or not. You know, if it's family, you know, grandma or whoever says, oh, they can come stay here. But it's interesting, and it's something that's needed, that you need to understand indeed what is available for those kids as they transition into adulthood. We are so busy, like I said, saying we don't want DCFS in our lives, but you need to recognize that if it means that your kid will have a ticket to college, that they will pay for their college education, we need to talk to the kids and let them know, you know, I'm not going to adopt you because once I adopt you, it's all on me and I'm retired. So please know I love you, but I don't want to adopt you because it changes family dynamics. It's no longer your grandchild, but your child. So these are some of the things that we do to help our kids understand what's what and help our caregivers make the best choice for the kids. And do any of you have any questions about what we're doing? I'm in the process of, applying for my 501(c), which is a nonprofit status. over on Manchester. And we're just trying to make a difference in the community because most kinship care folks are with us.
They start at what age?
For which?
For the kinship?
Kinship starts
The children.
whenever, from the time you are,
Infant.
from the time you
Infant.
get them, right? Whether it's an infant or a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old, it starts when you get them.
All the way up to like
Yes,
17?
but unfortunately, DCFS fixed it so that, because they know relatives don't want to deal with them, they kin gap folks, which means that you get less services. So we need to make sure that folks are educated and know what you really want to do, and if it means that DCFS might come see you for a minute, oh well, if it means that a lot of other support services are available, so.
One day, Mary saying she just started.
I'm gonna
Mary
hit you.
has been
I'm gonna
working
hit
on
you.
this for I don't know how many years, trying to
Right, I
get-
didn't have my own, but I have.
No, but I'm saying you've been.
Doing the work.
advocating-
Yeah, right.
You've been advocating for, parents and.
Right,
community
and I've sat on
leaders,
lots
and
of
so
boards
she
with
has.
DCFS and whatever representatives.
So it's good that you finally decided to do something on your
Right,
own.
we did, yes.
So there's no mistakes. I mean, everything is done in God's time, really.
Yes.
So I'm in amazement. I think this is a need, so much of a need in our community. Because this sounds like a maze of
It is,
just
it is.
monopoly of crap that people don't understand. Where's your website? Are you working on that?
I
Okay.
need some more computer classes myself
Okay.
because I don't know
Okay.
how to do a website.
Well, maybe we can
And
direct
as
you
I
to
get my
someone that
nonprofit
can.
set up, I
Mhm.
will certainly make sure that I outreach to people who are more sophisticated.
Yeah,
in
because you
the
can't do
computer
everything,
literacy.
Mary.
Exactly.
You know,
That's
Yeah.
true.
you're setting yourself up for failure if you think you can.
Yes,
But
I know right now you're meeting in Inglewood. Is it possible, because a lot of the kids who really like in this community need that type of service? Because I know a lot, this is one area where you have a lot of kids.
Oh, I
who live
bet.
there.
Exactly.
Parents,
Crenshaw,
grandparents, you know,
Washington Prep, we have the highest
That's what I'm saying,
percentage
so
of
that's what I'm
foster
saying, it was an area, which, Curtis is in, you know, close.
Right down the street.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
She needed a facility to meet.
We were
That's
at
what I'm
the
saying.
Biddy Mason Foundation, which
Mhm.
is a charitable foundation that focuses on foster youth. And that's where we were. There was no funds forthcoming every month out of my pocket, and I'm retired, and I'm not independently wealthy, I'm not poor, but I had to pay for the food. I had to pay for the raffle here. I had to buy the raffle tickets. I had to buy everything every month. And it got to the point where I could no longer afford to do that. So that's why we left the Biddy Mason house. But we left it in a respectful manner and with good feelings. But they focus on foster youth. And their thing is to give scholarships to foster youth that want to go to college. But it's important that the caregivers are educated and know what's up so that we make sure that we put our kids in the right position to get the support services that are out there. Yes.
Did you say that if a foster parent adopts the child, that child then becomes, they will not be eligible for?
They're not eligible for the independent living classes, they're not eligible for the foster youth scholarship funds or
Wow.
Because I
because
have,
they're your child.
yeah, I have a friend who lost her sister. Sister had 5 children, ages 2 through 18. She had 4 and 5. So she's taking care of 10 children right now. And so what we've been doing is sending gift certificates, buying clothes from Target, Walmart, we're getting her food. We're just, because those 5 additional mouths that she's feeding, and I didn't know that all these different services were available.
They are, and like I said, they need to know how to navigate the system
Yes.
to get everything that they're entitled to, and that's why we have these meetings. Our meeting this week is on Thursday, the 21st, at Curtis Tucker. It's every 3rd Thursday of the month, and please encourage folks to come. This
Okay.
Is there
presentation,
a room?
it's in the community room at the Curtis Tucker Foundation. I mean,
Curtis
Center,
Tucker.
right.
So there's one this Thursday.
Right, it's this Thursday, and
Okay.
we do provide lunch,
11.
after the meeting because it
I'm
gives
gonna
folks a
try to make
chance to
that, just to
intermingle
go
and
see.
Yeah.
get questions
Sometimes
answered
I
and
think
what
our
have you.
faces
So
need to be
that's
seen
an
in other
important part of
places.
things. So, like I said,
You know.
the Biddy Mason House was wonderful for the art and everything, and the fact that she was a former slave and what have you. But like I said, we need to do what allows us to best support and help folks. And
Okay.
like I said, food, like my first meeting that I had over a year ago for lunch, someone said, oh, I'll pick up the tab for your folks. It was over $600.
Mhm.
I was shocked, and in fact, I was embarrassed to give the invoice to her. She was high and what have you. I
Yeah.
couldn't continue to keep coming out of my pocket.
Yeah.
I am right now, but that's why I'm going to apply for my nonprofit,
All
so that I
right.
can get some
Well,
funds
that's
and
good.
support
That's
funds.
good.
I have like 20 to 25 black folks out every single month, hungry for information and
Mhm.
really anxious to see what, we're talking about and what they can learn
Okay.
and taking care of their kids. So
Is this the same people? The same people coming back for different
Yes.
information every
they-
week?
they-
That's
the same
awesome.
folks,
All right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you see why we're investing in this.
I appreciate
Mary
your
Lou.
Yeah,
support.
we're-
I
we're-
appreciate
we're-
it.
I don't know if you know, the senator's reparation bill is on the governor's desk, so that's encouraging. I'm not sure as far as the feasibility of the passing. A lot of people are against the cash payments. Of course, the people that are against the cash payments don't look like us, so there's that. Also, if you happen to know anybody between the ages of, I believe it's 16 and 24, who, maybe they aren't college bound, they may have had some issues, as far as education, jobs. I do have a contact at, the Job Corps in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I've been working with her very closely.
Okay.
Been to the facility, they have housing, medical facilities,
Okay.
food, everything right there on the campus in downtown LA. So that's something, especially to keep these kids off the streets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Employed. And more importantly, I think too, black kids especially need to understand, I think in the past, a trade was seen as something that, if you didn't make it, it was secondary, it's not. The trade is something you can aspire to.
Right.
They make a lot of money.
Right.
Lumber
So-
especially.
No, thank you. Mechanic.
And that's
Yeah.
the stigma black kids have to get out of.
Yes.
They look at it like it's working at McDonald's.
Right.
It ain't a bad thing either, and that's another mentality.
Work to own it.
Absolutely. So, I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
Give me a call if you know anybody. The only thing is, you can't have a record.
Okay.
That becomes an issue.
All right.
So.
Now, what if their record is expunged?
I'm sorry?
What if they've been expunged?
The records expunged.
We can work with that. They can work with that.
Okay, I do have a question, if anybody knows the answer, that if you have a felony and you're on probation, how long, do you have to complete your probationary period before you can go try to have it expunged? Anybody know the answer to that?
If the twin was here, he would tell you, you can work on it. They can start the process if it takes a while.
Oh, I was just curious, because I got a young man that falls into that group, that he's on probation.
And then you can, they have to make sure when they want to
Okay.
expunge the time,
Okay.
Mhm.
make sure that they
Thank
get
you.
into that time.
Yeah,
Because they only
okay.
have periods of time that they do expunge.
Okay, all right.
So that's important.
Okay.
One other thing that people don't understand, even when they say that, when you reach 18, your record is sealed, that is not true. I want everybody to know that that is not true.
Right.
You have to go down there and make sure you have to get the paperwork to show that. Because I had a young man that I used to work with, and his parents thought that his thing had been expunged. When he applied for a job,
Okay.
they found out that he had a record.
Mhm.
And she said, no, I said, and it was true, they did not do it. If you don't go and
Oh,
follow
okay.
yourself and get the information, they did not
Okay.
seal those records, you all. I want everybody
Okay.
to understand that. They might tell you that, but it's
Yeah.
not true.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Come on, Rudy.
Good morning. I don't have a whole lot of updates. I do want to ask everyone again, just to tell you again, we're always still looking for volunteers at our food share, so I gave more flyers to you. Before you leave today, can you help us with a community safety survey? So we're helping to collect information from members of the community about their feelings about safety within the community. So it's a quick, very quick survey. There's a QR code here. You can do it on your phone. I think there's like 5 questions. Very, very quick. So I'll pass this out to you as well.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. It was good seeing Harry on Saturday at the event, at the men's empowerment event. So
How was it? That's what I wanted somebody to tell me about.
Rudy wants you to talk about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you.
Mr. Turner, Simon Saturday was, what's your, come on, can you speak on it, Mr. Turner,
That's what I
please?
said, I wanted to hear
Mr.
about it.
Harry Turner, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from Mr. Turner. Let's hear from Thank you, lady. Would you like to speak on the men's empowerment? You got pictures too, right?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, go ahead. You're who, sir? What's your name?
My name is Harry Turner.
Okay.
Alumni from Cal State Dominion. I went to the Girls Club 50-year reunion. Cornel West was the guest speaker, and I'm admired his. Even though when he speaks, when I read his books, I have to have a dictionary.
He's very heavy. He's very heavy.
Heavy individual. Now, the thing about this, he never mentioned him running for presidency. He never mentioned that. The college president running for president. He never. So he wasn't campaigning. He spoke about black men and black people having the need to stand up and not be wishy-washy about their decisions. And we got to bring morals and values back into the black neighborhood, mainly about how music helped calm black music and how people, the musicians in the old days, how they used to, lyrics and things used to help bring us down when we get excited and things. And they talked about mental health, job training, and things of that nature. But it was very interesting. It was really nice the way they set it up. Everything was set up real nice. It was really a good event.
I have a question, sir. Did you meet Mr. Wonder?
Mr. Stevie Wonder spoke. Senator Buford was there.
Bradford.
Bradford was there.
President of the University spoke.
Right.
Who's the new president?
Parham.
Okay.
He spoke, and he's the one that mentioned about Cornel running for president. Cornel never said anything about it.
James Worthy was there.
James Worthy was there. The gentleman that's going to jail for
Mark Ridley.
Mark Ridley was there.
He said
I couldn't think of his name. I wouldn't have brought it up if I could have thought of his name. No, I'm not talking about it.
He was nice about it.
But
Well, yeah,
I couldn't think of his name, and I knew if I said that,
But
people
it's
would know
okay.
I was talking about.
It's all right.
And
Because
Stevie spoke. Stevie spoke.
people do wrong.
And it was really good. It was really nice. It was really nice.
All right, Mr. Turner.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, you baptized now.
Arnita,
I'm coming up.
Yeah. We're gonna get our
you do
nigga.
this one.
Okay, so on October 1st, it's a Sunday, I am having a spa fundraiser for Jennifer, and I have some flyers, and on the back, there's a menu for spa services. I actually decided that 100% of whatever you choose to sign up for will go to her campaign. There is a QR code here that will take you directly to the, I didn't hand it out. Vincent, will you please hand these out? Thank you.
no problem.
I only made 12 copies, so hopefully
Yeah, that's enough.
that will be enough. And so the services range from like a brow wax, or you can do a brow tint for those of you who are of age and your brows are starting to get a little white in there. We can darken them up so you look a little more youthful. We can clean it up if you got a unibrow. You can bring your wife or your girlfriend. She can get a facial. You can get a facial if you're a fella. I have a lot of male clients that love getting a little self-care. And that's it. And Jennifer will be there to talk to people if they'd like to, you know, chat about issues and concerns or whatever.
Do
And
they
it will
have-
go from 10 to 6 p.m.
And
Do
then
they
a
have to
portion
make
of
an
this goes
appointment?
to Jennifer?
100%.
I love it.
This is
So
a-
whatever,
Ah.
so it
Fine.
serves dual purpose.
That's good.
You get to purchase a service,
Maybe
and
when
then
you
whatever
scan
your
it or
service
something.
is will go towards her campaign.
Do you make an appointment in advance?
You,
or-
yes, you may,
That's not the
you can sign up, there's usually like 1 or 2 slots that are available, and then, if there's something that doesn't have a slot that's available, it's because they've already taken it. You just call the number right here and you'll get me and I can have it opened up for you. Or if you're not very computer savvy, you can call me and I can help you with this and with the scheduling as well. So we have it all set up through, I think it's Act Blue. I don't know what the name of the.
Got a question over there.
So it's one day? It's just one day?
It's just one day. Now, if you decide that, you know, you wanted something, there is an opportunity to buy a spa gift card, but you have to buy a $250 gift card.
Well, it's a
Well,
fundraiser.
and it's a fundraiser, but you can also get a couple of services with that. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I got your email and I had a question about
Okay.
times.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's from 10 to 6.
10 to 6.
Now, is that just for, to go in and get a service and leave, or is it going to be a fundraising
It's-
presentation?
It's actually,
From 10 to 6 or what?
it is actually designed to come and get a service on Sunday. Because I wanted to put it all together so I don't have you mixed up with my paying clients that come to me and it goes into my bank account. So I wanted to like isolate this. But then we do have the gift cards that you can purchase and you can come back at a later time and do it. If for some reason,
Okay.
if for some reason you can't make it, you know, you still want to participate, I'll work with you to come in, you know, at a later time.
Okay, so,
This is your spot.
It is my spot,
okay, so
yes,
to be sure, for example,
yes,
if I go in on Sunday
yes.
and pay for my services, I don't have to do it that day. I can come back. Can I?
It is designed for you to get it that day,
But,
and if you need to reschedule,
yeah,
then you have to work it out with me. And I
In
will
advance.
put you in advance, and I will put you into my schedule
okay then. Okay.
after you
I'm
pay.
just-
And it's still,
And it will still go to Jennifer, because everything will
Well,
go
it's on
through
a-
that
it's on
website.
Sunday.
Every payment's gonna go through that
Yeah.
website, not
Yeah,
through
see.
my bank account. It's going
Yeah,
through
it's
her
on a
thing,
Sunday.
and that's it.
Another day would be under yours.
Yeah, cause,
Yeah. If it's
Evening,
but if
I
you
have to
come
go
another
vote.
day, but you
Jeanette, I have
pay
to
through
go
her
voting on Sunday
website,
evening.
I will schedule you as a favor to her.
what is this,
okay.
pro
cell?
cell micro channeling
Okay,
stem?
so that's like a needling type facial, and it's a anti-aging facial. So if you have any questions on this, call me, and I will explain all of it.
Okay, okay.
Arnita, if someone just feels generous and wants to give a contribution,
You can still
you
do
will
that as
accept
well.
that.
Yeah, if you want to
Well-
give an extra contribution, there is an option on the website to do that as well.
Okay.
Okay,
And then in addition.
I think some of them missed that. She said that, for example, on today or next Tuesday,
Okay.
and if she's here and you want to make a contribution to her campaign, you can actually go through her and give it to her.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm saying. She said that's available. Or you can go through
There is an
Jennifer
option
and do
on
it,
the-
whatever.
On
All
the
of those are
QR code.
options. Yeah, all of those are options, because,
Thank you for listening.
you know, I wouldn't wanna Zelle my $2, so I'd give it to her. Shut up. And if, you ain't gonna take it? But,
I mean, I will take it for
okay,
Jennifer.
that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, we're not gonna
I
hold
know
you.
my value.
Yeah, we're not going to hold you. Anybody have anything else they want to share? Well, I will share this little information about the Posse program. When they do those scholarships, they try to send 10 students to each school that they pay the tuition for. And the 10 students know each other before they even leave LA. They get together and find out about each other and so on. And then when they go to that school, they're not by themselves. That's why it's called Posse LA. My son did it when he went to Berkeley. They had special groups there and they had counselors and everything to help them navigate their way through the schools. That's about all I have, guys. I'm not gonna hold you. Feel free to take whatever's over there. And next week, the lady about the Living Trust and so on will be here. She rescheduled. Also, from Holly Mitchell's office, April Johnson will be here next week also.